On an ordinary afternoon in a college town in Kansas, 500 people showed up at a small regional airport, not to catch a flight, to greet a soccer team from Algeria. A local high school band had spent the week learning a national anthem in a language none of them spoke. And when the players walked off the plane, the whole town played it back to them. There was no FIFA camera crew, no sponsor banner, just a small American town deciding to make 11,000 miles feel like coming home. And moments like that one, not the stadiums, not the superstars, are quietly becoming the real story of this World Cup. More than 1 million international visitors came to North America this summer for the matches. But scroll through their phones and you'll find something they never planned to film. Gas stations, diners, ranch dressing, a stranger in a cowboy hat, and over, the friendliness, the genuine, unguarded, slightly overwhelming kindness of small-town America. So here's the actual question. Not just that the world is charmed, but why this? Why now? And why is it hitting people this hard? There are 5 reasons. Let's get into them. Most of the modern world runs on a kind of protective cool. Earnestness is embarrassing. Open patriotism reads as naive. Caring too loudly about anything is a little cringe. Small-town America never got that memo. A guy in a cowboy hat buys 2 British tourists around, disappears, and comes back with police department challenge coins as souvenirs, just because. One visitor described the people she met as having a heart full of gold. Travelers from Germany kept posting the same shocked verdict, friendlier than the folks back home. For people fluent in irony, sincerity is genuinely disarming. You can't be too cool about someone who's just openly happy you're there. That's reason 1. It's not strategy, it's not branding, it's the absence of a performance, and that's exactly what makes it land. Here's the uncomfortable part. A lot of these visitors arrived with an America assembled most entirely from headlines and feeds, divided, tense, maybe a little dangerous. That was the expectation. Then a complete stranger says, "Welcome to America," and means it. And the whole script just breaks. That gap between what they braced for and what they found is the engine of every viral clip. One creator put it bluntly, "People say Americans are fake. She just doesn't think that's true." A scholar studying the tournament noticed something bigger. That all predetermined anxieties about politics seemed to quietly take a back seat the moment 2 fans actually talked to each other. Charm is a surprise, and you can't fake surprise. Tourism researchers have a finding that sounds obvious until you feel it. Travelers remember people far longer than they remember the postcards. You'll forget the final score. You won't forget the waitress who told you where to actually eat. Mega events are usually machines, turnstiles, lines, transactions, crowds that move you along. But the American Heartland runs on a different operating system. Eye contact, small talk, that mutates into half-hour conversation. The stranger who adopts you for an afternoon. And here's a thing giant city literally cannot do. A small town can put its entire high school band on a runway to learn your anthem. Small scale isn't a limitation. It's how you get that much humanity in one place. We live in a flattened world. The same coffee chain, same airport, the same algorithm in every city on Earth. So when something is genuinely local, specific, unbranded, a little weird, it doesn't just feel nice anymore. It feels almost radical. A Waffle House at 3 a.m, a town square turned into a World Cup block party that organizers literally described as a small town in the middle of a global event. That specificity, the stuff you cannot replicate or franchise, is the scarce commodity now, and small town America is overflowing with it. Anthropologists have a word, communitas, for the intense, temporary friendships strangers feel inside a shared ritual. We barely have these rituals left. Sport is one of the last ones standing. And when a town adopts a visiting team as its own, the ritual stops being us versus them. In Boston, so many Scottish fans showed up that people started calling it New Scotland, and ended up in a bar full of Americans singing Country Roads together. For a few weeks, the town and the world became one single crowd. And here's the part that caught Americans off guard. Watching the wonder on a visitor's face reminded them that their ordinary is somebody's extraordinary. Free refills, a clerk who actually smiles, a flag on a porch that, to a nervous traveler, turned out to mean welcome, not warning. The world didn't fall in love with the monument, and fell in love with the smallest, least photogenic, most human version of this country. The part that lives in the spaces between the big cities. Maybe that's the real headline. At a tense, complicated moment in the world, the thing that traveled best wasn't power, or money, or spectacle. It was warmth. And if a small American town surprised someone you know this summer, or surprised you, tell me the town in the comments. And if you like stories about what's actually underneath the headlines, subscribe. There's a whole lot more where this came from.